Question 1 under statistics. The table gives information about the distances 100 adults travel to work. When total number of given, remember this thing is your total frequency. So when total frequency is given, it is easy to get the mean. But part A says that write down the model class. So let's get it in this way. Model class. So model, I have to spell it MODAL. There's another term which is mode. I have to spell it as MODE. If I spell most, I need to spell it MOST. Those who get confused, oh, what should I write for the model class? What is model class, by the way? Likewise, this is the easiest way to memorize it. So, model, to write model, you have to spell MO. Write mode, again MO. To write most, again MO. Then remember, model class or mode is the most repeated frequency or most repeated the group or the group with the highest frequency. Most means the highest. In this case, then the model class is the most repeated frequency or the highest frequency. The highest frequency becomes as 40. 40 is not the model class. You got to identify what the group represented by this frequency, which is distance greater than 5 or less than or equals 10. So this is the answer. Distance which is greater than 5 and smaller than or equals 10. This is part A answer. Part B, we have to work out an estimate for the mean distance. For the mean, we have to get the midpoint. So if you're getting confused when to get midpoint, there's a frequency density as well. Should I get midpoint for the frequency density or for the mean? There's an exact way to keep it in your head as well. When you need to get mean to be written with MEAN, then let's write mean. Mean, I should write in this way. Midpoint, I'm writing in this way. Midpoint. So midpoint to be taken only for mean because mean starts with M, midpoint starts with M. So hereafter, if you are getting confused when to get midpoint, for which particular statistics should I get midpoint? Is it for the frequency density or is it for a frequency polygon or is it for a histogram? No, it is not like that. Exactly for mean because midpoint starts with M. Right, we'll write here M. Midpoint. How do we get midpoint? To get the midpoint, I need to add the two class boundaries. It means the upper boundary and the lower boundary and the upper boundary to be added together in one particular class interval, which means 0 plus 5 to be added together and to be divided by 2. The answer comes as 2.5. Then the midpoint for the first class interval is 2.5. The second one, 5 plus 10 divided by 2, which becomes as 7.5. Third one, 10 plus 15 divided by 2 equals 12.5. Fourth one, 15 plus 20 divided by 2, which becomes as 17.5. 20 plus 25 divided by 2 is equal to 22.5. So we have now all the midpoints. How do we get what the mean is? When we need to get mean out of this frequency table, remember the formula for mean. Mean equals, that's a formula, sigma fx over sigma f. What's the meaning of sigma? Sigma means get the total. Go and get the total. That's the meaning of sigma. So sigma is asking here, we are asking to get the total of this product. What's the meaning of product? Get the total of frequency into its midpoint. So there are a lot of frequencies, lot of midpoints. Then you need to multiply frequency is, this one says sigma, which means gets the total of frequency into class width. Sorry, midpoint. I'm sorry, class midpoint. So frequency into midpoint plus frequency into midpoint, because this is the formula. The formula says to add the frequency into midpoint. Let's get it in this way. Mean equals frequency. The first frequency is 26 into its class midpoint 2.5 plus second one frequency 40 into its class midpoint, which is 7.5 plus third one 16 into its frequency 12.5 plus 10 into 17.5 plus 8 into 22.5. So we are done with all the products of the frequency and class midpoint. After that, total frequency, it is given in the question. If not, if the total frequency is not given like this, you got to add them and get the total frequency, or you can add them individually here as well. Since I know that it is 100, I am writing straight away 100 here. Now let's plug in the values into the calculator and check out what would be the answers. So let's get the calculator out. All right. I'm getting here 26 into 2.5 plus 40 into 7.5 plus 16 into 12.5 plus 10 into 17.5 plus 8 into 22.5 equals, it gives me out as 920. Then I know that this is 920. It should be divided by 100, which gives out 9.2. Then the answer would be 9.2. The mean is 9.2. Question 2, under percentages, Anna makes cups. Each cup cost 6 Swiss francs to make. Anna puts the cups into boxes to sell. Each box contains 4 cups. So each box contains 4 cups. Anna sells 80 boxes of cups for a total of 2,160 Swiss francs. Work out the percentage profit Anna makes. Show your work clearly. This case, Anna makes cups. Each cup costs. So we know that the cost for each cup, which means we have the original value. Cost means the original. Cost, original value, normal price, all are same. So original value equals 6 Swiss francs. Anna puts the cups into boxes to sell. Each box contains 4 cups. Anna sells 80 boxes of cups for total 2,160 francs. Work out the percentage profit. So how do we get percentage profit? To get percentage profit means R%. Whenever you need to get the percentage, There's a formula. It is old value, which is original value, minus new value, which is selling price or after effect value. It means original is here, then 1% is applied and the value gets changed. That value is new value over original value into 100. So to apply this one, we have the original value. We have this one, we have this one. Here, cost is given for each cup. Then we have to figure out what the new value, what the selling price of each cup. So how do I get the selling price of each cup? Here the total price is given. The total earning throughout the or throughout the cups are given. Then I have to get selling price for one cup. How do I get selling price for one cup? I need to get the number of cups that one sold. How do I get number of cups? I know that there are 80 boxes sold. In each box, there are 4 cups. Then let's find out the number of cups that one sold. Number of cups equals 80 into 4, which comes as 320. Then I have to get selling price or new price, selling price of 1 cup. For each cup, I can get it. I know the total amount that one gained through selling all the cups, 2,160 Swiss francs, 2,160 Swiss francs to be divided by 320. Once we divide it, we get it 6.75. So she spent on making the one each cup 6 Swiss franc and she's selling it 6.75 Swiss francs. So she's earning a profit by selling this one. How much is the profit? How do we get the profit? Selling minus the cost, which is 6.75 minus 6. So let's see how to get that thing, the percentage of profit, percentage profit. Therefore, I can write R percent equals originally 6, this one 6.75. Therefore, I need to subtract 6.75. Always remember the greater one minus smaller one. Although we wrote the formula in the other way around, always greater value to be written first. The original value, the cost value is 6 into 100. Let's plug in the values and check what the answer comes. So here I'm getting 6.75 minus 6 over 6 into 100. The answer comes as 25 over 2. So 25 over 2, which becomes as 12.5%. Then the answer comes as 12.5%. The other question, part B, the height of each cup is 9 centimeter, correct to the nearest centimeter. Write down the lower bound of the height. How do you get the lower bound of the height? To get the lower bound of the height, you have to underline what is the accuracy of the measurement. In this case, 9 centimeter, correct to the nearest centimeter. So we have to pick nearest centimeter, which is nearest 1 centimeter. And to get upper or lower bound, I have to divide this much by 2, then which becomes as 0.5. Then to get the height of the, we have to get the height, write down the lower bound of the height. The lower bound of the height becomes as 9 centimeter minus 0.5 because lower bound of the height, which becomes as 8.5 centimeter. Part C, the weight of each cup is 120 grams, correct to the nearest gram. So wherever we don't have nearest significant, nearest decimal point, nearest whole number, pick the value as it is, which is 10 grams and divide it by 2. We don't want to get the place value. So here 5 Then we have to write down the upper bound. So upper bound of the weight of each cup, upper bound of the weight equals 120 grams plus 5, which becomes as 125 grams. Question 3 on polygons. Let's see how to do this question. AB and BC are two sides of a regular polygon. So this is the polygon is regular. Sides are AB and BC. And with n sides, we need to get what n is. You have to get the number of sides of this polygon. So since this is a regular polygon, you got to know what a regular polygon is. Regular polygon is any polygon. Let's get this one. Okay, this one. So if I draw this one, can you see in this polygon, all the sides are same in length. Measure the size of this one. This side is equal to this side is equal to this side. All the sides are equal to each other in length. And if you measure this angle, which is interior angle, this angle is equal to this one, this angle is equal to this one. Interior angles are also equal. So to be a regular polygon, all sides should be equal in length. If I draw a non-regular polygon, it would be something like this. Can you see now there are different sides? There are different lengths. They are not equal. And angles are also different. Therefore, remember, if it is regular, it is a very unique one. All sides and angles are equal in size. Let's focus on this question again. In this case, we know that AB and BC together, they make two sides of a regular polygon. So if I extend the sides of this polygon, it would be something like this. Let's extend the sides of this polygon. So assume that there is another side like this, another side like this, and might be another side like this, another one like this, like this. Now we need to figure out the number of sides. In this case, now if we move on to this regular polygon, we know that this is an interior angle. This is also an interior angle. So these are interior angles. So this is also interior angle. Then this is also interior angle. Then someone will feel like, oh, this is the interior angle. I got to measure this one and write the value. If you write in that way, it is wrong because in the question, you've been given that diagram not accurately drawn. Then the angle is not the actual value of the polygon. Therefore, you have to figure out a method to get this interior angle. I know that angle at a point add up to 360. From that on, I can create an equation and you are getting 1 mark for writing that one. So I'm going to write 148 degrees, 148 degrees plus 50 degrees plus, let's get this one as x plus x. They all add up to 360 degrees. What's the reason? Now in this case, no need to write the reason, but you should know what the reason. Reason is angle at a point, they add up to 360. So we can get 148 degrees, 148 plus 50, they add up to 198 degrees. So 198 degrees plus x equals 360 degrees. Then I can solve this equation for x. 360. Once I send this one to this side, it gets negative, which is 198 degrees. Then once we subtract, we are getting the x as 162 degrees. So we found this angle as 162 degrees. Now interior angle, we are having the interior angle. I told you that interior plus exterior, they add up to 180 degrees. So I can write interior angle plus exterior angle, They add up to 180 degrees because they form a straight line. I showed you, drawn it and showed you. Then interior angle, we got it as 162 degrees. We don't know what the exterior angle. Let's get it as E, then 180 degrees. Then I can get E as 180 degrees minus 162 degrees, which gives out as 180 minus 162 equals 18. Yes, it is 18. Then exterior angle equals 18 degrees. Then I can get n, number of sides. We have the formula 360 degrees divided by the exterior angle, which gives out as 20. Then there are 20 sides. There's another method. If someone is trying for this method, I'll explain that method as well. There's another method. So if you are using this one, now interior angle we got, I know that interior angle equals 180 n minus 2 over n equals 162. Because this is sum of the interior angle. Since this is a regular polygon, we can divide it by n. Then I'm getting one interior angle. Then I'm multiplying out the brackets, which becomes as 180 n minus 360 equals 162 n. So let's collect all the n's to one side. Then 180 n minus 162 n becomes 360. 180 minus 162, we got it as 18. 18 n equals 360. Then n becomes 360 to be divided by 18. Then still I'm getting 20. Both methods are okay, accepted. So you can choose any method. Question 4, indices. First, fourth question, part A. Find the value of m. X5 into x7 equals x to the power of m. We know that when multiplying, we need to add the powers. Check out whether you are having the same base. Here the base. If you are having same base, we have to add the powers. Then 5 plus 7. Here equals x to the power of m. Then 5 plus 7 is 12. Then x to the power of 12 equals x to the power of m. Therefore, m equals 12. Next one, when dividing, we got to subtract the powers. So here y to the power of 8 minus 3 equals y to the power of n. So 8 minus 3 is y to the power of 5 equals y to the power of n. Then n equals 5. Next one, when you are here, having brackets, try to simplify inside brackets if there are any simplification. If not, everything to be inside bracket. Here in this case, 5 a to the power of 4 r to the power of r squared equal to raised to the power of 3. So here the meaning of this one is when there's a power out of bracket. So you need to apply this 3 into this one, to this one, as well as to this one. In this case, there is invisible 1 as the power. So 5 to the power of 3, a to the power of 4 into 3, which is 12. When you are having power out of brackets, if you are trying to simplify, we multiply the powers. We do not add, we multiply. So 4 into 3, 12, r 2 into 3, 6. So 5 to the power of 3 means 125. A to the power of 12, r to the power of 6. This is the final answer, 125, a to the power of 12, r to the power of 6. Question 5, percentages. In a sale, In a sale, normal prices are reduced by 28%. The sale price of a watch is 198 euros. Work out the normal price of the watch. This is under percentages. Straight away, if you know the formula, this is nothing. How do we figure out what the formula is? In a sale, normal prices. So we know that normal prices means original price, which means the principal value of P, are reduced by 28%. So R equals minus 28%. The sale price is new value, which means 198 euros. Work out the normal price. So whenever we need to get the principal value, we know that the formula is new value. New value is always the sale price, or after the, let's say that something happened to the original value, that after effect 1 is the new value. 1 minus R over 100, since this is a reduction. Let's substitute the values. New value, which is 198 euros, over 1 minus R is 28 over 100. Let's plug in the values into the calculator and check what the answer is. So new value, which is 198 euros, over 1 minus 28 over 100 equals 275. Then we are getting the answer is as 275. 275 euros. Question 6, algebraic equations, fractional equations. In this case, before doing anything else, please take out your calculator and find what the answer is first. After that, write that answer here. So how do we input these into the calculator? Here you need to, first thing you need to include x. To get x, apply alpha and this bracket. Here, can you see there is red x in this calculator? So therefore alpha along with x. Then I'm getting x minus 4. Whenever we include equal sign to solve out the equation, don't use this equal sign. Rather than that, just use this equal sign. Can you see there is an equal sign in the key calc? So to get that one, it is in red color. Therefore, you have to go with alpha and calc. Then we are getting equal sign. After that, fraction key, 3 plus 2, again alpha and this bracket to get x, over x 6. So I'm done with the equation as it is in the question. And you see there's a solve button. You have to get shift and solve. After that, now solve for x0. No, this is not the answer. Then you have to come over here and press this equal sign. Then the answer is given as 6.75. 75. This is the answer that I got. Let's now do it manually. Now, if I don't get this answer, I know that I've gone somewhere wrong, then I can do it all over again. Right? Let's rewrite the question. X minus 4 equals 3 plus 2x over 6. Now, let's cross multiply this one. I'm taking this 6 to this side. So 6 times x minus 4 equals 3 plus 2x. So let's expand this bracket. Then I'm getting 6x minus 24 equals 3 plus 2x. Then let's collect all the x's to one side. Then I'm getting 6x minus 2x equals 3 plus 24. 6x minus 2x, I'm getting 4x. This is 27. Then I'm getting x as 27 over 4. Now let's check whether the answer is correct. Use the calculator. 27 divided by 4, which gives the answer as 6.75, which is correct. Then we are fine. Let's move on to the part B. Part B, factorization. It is, you can do it manually. You can do it using the calculator. Either way is fine. So I'm going to use the calculator first. So let's plug in the values. Mod 5, 3. Mod, then you have to go to the equation format, which is 5. Then select the correct format, which is 3. Mod 5, 3. So let's use this one to get the factors. So remember, the quadratic equation is written as always. You have to check out whether it is written according to this format. Ax squared plus bx plus c. Check out whether it's been arranged according to this format. If it is been arranged, you are okay, you are good to go. If it is not, you have to rearrange it according to this format. Now, x squared thing, no matter whether it is x, z, y, any letter, if you are having squared one first, yes, you are done. Next x thing, then next the constant, just the number. Right, let's get what a in this case is. It is 1. The number in front of squared 1, in this case it is 1. So b equals, in this case, minus 11. Minus 11. C equals just the number, which is plus 30. Right, now we'll get the calculator. Let's plug in the values. So I'm choosing the mode 5, 3. Let's plug in these values. So 1 equals minus 11 equals 30 equals. Then write the answers that calculator gives you. So first one is x equals 6. Second one is x equals 5. So all of this work is an additional work. You shouldn't do this stuff in your paper. This is rough work, right? So this is the answer. So calculator gives me x equals 6. I have to reverse the sign. Then I'm writing x minus 6. Then this is my one factor. Wait 1 second. We can't go ahead with x since the question comes as y. Then I have to write y minus 6. Next one, y minus 5. Right, these are the two factors. You are getting full marks for this one. After that, we've been asked to, hence, you are asked to use these two factors to solve this equation. Can you see it is the, whatever the expression you are getting here, converted into the equation here. Then instead of this one, I'm writing as the factors. So y minus 6 times y minus 5 should be equals to 0. Then write the calculator, whatever you gave the answers, y equals 6, y equals 5. You are good to go. You are getting full marks. Question 7. Here is a solid cylinder. The radius of the cylinder is, the radius is given as 8 centimeters and the height is given as h centimeters. So the question says like this, here is a solid cylinder. The radius of the cylinder is 8 centimeters. The height of the cylinder is h. The volume of the cylinder is 3,892 cubic centimeter. Work out the value of h. How do we get it? In this question, we've been given a hint here. The volume of the cylinder is 3,892. So when the hint is provided, start off with the hint, then we can create an equation always in this mensuration question. Pi r squared h, you are getting this one with the formula sheet. And volume, I can substitute here 3,892. Check out the units. Check out the units of radius. Everything is given in centimeters. In this case, yes. So pi r is 8. Then 8 squared into h. Then I need to subtract h. I'm sending the rest to this side. Then since they are connected with multiplication, when they move to this side, they become a division. So 3892 to be divided by pi 8 squared. So use the calculator and plug in the values. 3892 over pi 8 squared. Then it gives us the answer as 19.35. So our answer comes as 19.35. Okay, we are asked to leave the answer correct to one decimal place here. Therefore, final answer to be written with 19.4. Because this is the first decimal place, then you have to check out the second decimal place. It is 5, therefore you have to add 1 to this one. It becomes 19.4 centimeters. Question 8. Write 520 million in standard form. So we should know that for 1 million, how many zeros are there? For 1 million, there are 6 zeros. Therefore, let's write this one with zeros first. So 520 million, 10 to the power of 6. Now I need to convert this one into standard form. To convert standard form, the decimal place to be brought in between first and second significant figure, then it will be 5.20. So I need to jump this decimal point twice forward. Then I gotta include 2 zeros into this one. Then 6 plus 2, which is 8. Then the final answer becomes as 5.2 into 10 to the power of 8. Next one, part B. Write 8.79 into 10 to the power of minus 1 as an ordinary number, which means you have to multiply this one out. Since this is minus 5, you need to bring this decimal point 5 times forward. So 879, once I write in this way, I brought it once forward, and I need to bring them 4 more positions forward. Then I'm writing zeros since we don't have any positions there. So I wrote 4 zeros, then 0.0000879. This is the answer, 0.0000879. Next one, work out 5 into 10 to the power 42, the whole thing in brackets, multiplied by brackets 7 into 10 to the power minus 180, close the bracket. 7 into 10 to the power minus 180. So let's write them again, rewrite the sum. 5 into 10 to the power 42 into 7 into 10 to the power minus 180. Right, let's remove the brackets first. Since this is a multiplication, I can write them as straight away a multiplication. 5 into 10 to the power 42 into 7 into 10 to the power of minus 180. Now write the numbers other than 10 to the powers, write the rest close together. So I'm writing 5 into 7 close together into 10 to the power 42 into 10 to the power of minus 180. So 5 into 7, it is 35. And here when multiplying, I know that I need to add powers of the indices. So therefore, 42 minus 180. 35 into 10 to the power. Once we simplify this one, we are getting it as minus 138. Then the answer comes as, since I need to leave my answer according to the standard format, I need to bring the decimal point forward. There is an invisible decimal point in a whole number. So there is a decimal point here. Here, after 5, I need to bring it forward once because I need to bring it in between first and second significant figure. Then it becomes 3.5 into 10 to the power. Since I brought 1 forward, I need to add another 0 here. Then it will be minus 137 because minus 138, I brought 1 decimal point, then I have to add 1. Then the answer becomes 137. This is the answer. Question 9. ABCD is a trapezium with one line of symmetry. That is so significant statement here. One line of symmetry, just underline it. Angle ADC 60 degrees, AD 12 centimeters, DC 47 centimeter. Work out the area of the trapezium. So we need to get the area of the trapezium. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So let's see how this line of symmetry here impacts. So when we have line of symmetry, just I'll draw it and show you what the line of symmetry here is. If I draw the line, this is the line of symmetry, which means if I fold this figure along this line, this half exactly fits on this half. So that's the line of symmetry. It means when if this angle is 60 degrees, this becomes also 60 degrees. And this angle is equal to this one, this length equals this, likewise. Everything in this side, which is corresponding to this side, are equal. So let's see how to get this one. To get the area, now I know area equals, I can write area equals half into A plus B times H. You should know what A and B are. A, B means the two lines which are parallel to each other in this trapezium. So in this case, this is parallel to this one. Then you need to have the length of this side, which is 47 centimeters. And you got to get what AB is as well to replace here. So let's get this one as A, this one as B. Right. Now, how do we get A? Since this is the line of symmetry, again, I'm going to draw another line. I'm going to draw another line, which is also create 90 degrees here. This one and this one. Then I know that this angle is 90 degrees. This is 90 and this is 90. Since this is the symmetrical line, this triangle exactly fits on this one. Therefore, this angle is also 60 degrees. And what about this side? If we know this side, then I'm done. I can get what this is. Therefore, let's get this side as x, this side as x. And this is your height of the trapezium. So if I draw that triangle separately, I can label the measurements here. So let's label like this. This is 60. And now this is not the hypotenuse. This is the height. And this is x. Right? Now let's try to get the length. So if I use SOHCAHTOA, I know that this one is the opposite. This one is the adjacent. Depending on this angle, 60 degrees, we need to label opposite and adjacent. So in this case, this is the side which is opposite to 60 degrees, which is the attached side or the adjacent side to 60 degrees. Therefore, I'm labeling it A. Then depending on this one, this is the hypotenuse. So I need to get this side which is adjacent. Therefore, I have to go ahead with this one. Because I have adjacent, I have hypotenuse, adjacent and hypotenuse, which represent the cos. Then let's apply cos 60 degrees. cos 60 equals adjacent over hypotenuse, right? Then cos 60 equals x over hypotenuse, we know that, which is 12, 12. Then I can get x straight away. X becomes as 12 cos 60, which becomes as 12 into cos 60, which is 6. Right. Now we have what x is. So let's write here the value of x, which is 6, which is 6. Since this is 6, this is 6. So together they are 12. Then 47 minus 12, we can get what AB is. So let's get what AB is then. AB equals 47 minus 12, which becomes as 35 centimeters. Right. We got A and B both now in this formula. We got A, which is 37, 35. We got B, which is 47. Right. Now we need to get the height of the trapezium. Other than height, we will be unable to get the area. So let's get the height. When getting height, again I have to use Sokotowa. So let's apply Sokotowa. So I'm getting here, I need to get this opposite. So opposite and hypotenuse. So this one. Opposite and hypotenuse, O and H. O and H involvement is sine. Then sine 60 equals opposite, which is our height of the trapezium. Height. Opposite over 12, that is the hypotenuse of this triangle. Then height equals 12 into sine 60. Then let's get the answer. 12 into sine 60, which becomes as 6 root 3. So our height of the trapezium is 6 root 3. Now we can get the area of the trapezium. Let's get the area of the trapezium. So I can write area equals half into A plus B times H, half into A, we got it as 35, B is 47, into H, we got it as 6 root 3. So let's use the calculator again. Half into brackets 35 plus 47 into 6 root 3, which gives us 426.08. 426.08. We are asked to leave the answer to the third significant figure. Therefore, you have to look at the fourth significant figure. In this case, it is 0 less than 5. Therefore, we do not add 1 to this one. Then the answer becomes as 426 centimeters squared. So that's it. Question 10 under graphs. Complete the table values for y equals x cube plus 2x plus 3. So to get here we need to fill in the blanks. To get these blanks filled, we have to use the calculator. Let's use the calculator. So here we have to go to the table format. The table format is mod 7. Then f of x appears. This f of x means y. Here we have y. Instead of y, the calculator gives it as f of x. X, I know alpha and this bracket, which means cube. So let's input this one as cube. And Next one is plus 2 alpha x plus 3. Then equals, then the calculator as the starting point. So when x equals minus 3, we need to get what? Y is. Therefore, I'm giving it as minus 3. Then equals calculator as the end point. End point in this case is 3. Then I'm giving 3. Then equals, then it asks about the steps. So step is this one, it goes one by one. There is no gap in between these. Can you see minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, no gap. Therefore, step is 1, then equals, then it gives the values. Here, can you see the values when f of x is, when x is minus 3, f of x is minus 30. When f of x is 2, you have to go here. F of x is 2, y equals 15. So when x equals minus 3, the y value is minus 30. Minus 30. And when x equals 2, y value is 15. Now let's plot this and draw the curve. On the grid, draw the graph of y equals x cubed plus 2x plus 3 with the range of x is greater than or equals minus 3 less than or equals 3. Right, let's plot them now. I'm going to plot them. The first one is minus 3 minus 30, which is here. Second one is minus 2 minus 9, which is here. Minus 1, 0, here. 0, 3, which comes over here. 1, 6, here. 2, 15, and 3, 36, which is here. Now let's draw the curve. When drawing, you have to make it as much as smoother. Don't just draw it using straight lines. You have to make it much smoother. Like a wave. It is a curve, not something with straight lines. Something like this. Question 11, sectors. OABC is a sector of a circle center O. Angle AOC is 140 degrees. OAOC equals 16 centimeters. So we know that this one is the radius and this is 16 centimeter. We've been asked calculate the area of the sector. How do we get the area of the sector? Now this is a circle. If we want to get a sector center, so if you cut out something like that piece of pizza, like this. This part is called as sector. So this is a sector. This is a minor sector. This is a major sector. That's how we are getting sector. Then we know that this is radius, this is radius. So if we want to get the sector area, first think about how to get the area of the circle. Area of the circle equals pi r squared. Okay. Then sector area can be written in this way. Sector area. So this is the way how we memorize. First memorize how to get the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. After that, theta over 360 degrees. This theta means this angle. So in this case, I know that the angle is 140 degrees over 360 degrees into pi r is 16 squared. Now let's get the calculator and plug in the values. Here, (140) over 360 into pi 16 squared, which gives out 896 over 9 by 312.76. So it is 312.76. We need to leave the answer to the third significant figure. Therefore, answer comes as 313 squared centimeter. Question 12. Express 5 over 4 plus x minus 3 over 6x as a single fraction in its simplest form. To do this one, there are two methods. So I'm explaining here the first method. Let's do it using the first method. I'm rewriting the sum 5 over 4 plus x minus 3 over 6x. So simply we apply the cross multiplying thing like this. This one into this, 5 into 6, and this side into this side. After that, the denominators, they should be also multiplied. Let's see how to do it. 5 into 6x plus 4 into x minus 3 over 4 into 6, 6 times 4, 24 x. Now simplify. 6 into 5, 30x plus 4x minus 12 over 24x. When we simplify this one, 30 plus 4x, 30x plus 4x, 34x minus 12 over 24. Now I can factorize here. How much can we factorize? We can factorize 2. Then I'm getting here 17x minus 6 over 24x. 2 times 1, 2 times 12. Then the answer comes as 17x minus 6 over 12x. Let's move on to the second method. The second method is this way. 5 over 4 plus x minus 3 over 6x. So I need to get the LCM. LCM is here, LCM is 12x. So I'm creating 12x here. To create 12x here, I need to multiply by 3x, then this side also by 3x. X minus 3, the whole thing here over 6x. I need to get 12x. To get 12x, I need to multiply both the numerator and denominator by 2. Here 5 into 3x, 15x over 12x plus 2x minus 6 over 12x. Now since the denominators are same, we can simplify the numerator straight away. 12x plus 2x, 17x minus 6 over 12x. So you can pick any method out of these two. You are still getting marks. Question 13. Child bought an apartment for $750,000. In the first year, the value of the apartment decreased by 4%. In the second year, the value of the apartment decreased by 6.5%. So Charlotte bought an apartment for $750,000. In the first year, the value of apartment decreased by 4%. In the second year, the value of the apartment decreased by 6.5%. Whenever you are getting like this, you should know that here this one. in consecutive 2 years getting here multiplying factors. So this is under percentage special case. Then you can get the multiplying factor for both the years. Or you can do it getting the new value after 1 year, then the second value after the second year. Likewise, you can do it step by step. Still, you are getting marks. So I'm doing straight away here. So we know that new value equals the initial amount, principal amount, into 1 plus or minus r over 100. So we call this thing, this thing as the multiplying factor. This is the multiplying factor. So for both the years, I'm going to get the multiplying factor together. Let's see how to do it. Instead of rather than getting 1 year after that again to the next year, I'm getting straight away using it. So new value, it means after 2 years, the principal amount, do we know the principal amount? Yes. Charlotte bought an apartment for 750,000. So initially this one was the amount. After that 1, now getting decreased for the first year, getting decreased by 4 over 100. Into second year also getting decreased 1 minus 6.5 over 100. Then let's use the calculator and get the value. So here's $750,000 into brackets 1 minus 4 over 100, close the bracket, into open brackets 1 minus 6.5 over 100, close the bracket, equals, this is the amount, 673,200. That is the amount when we get decreasement consecutively by 2 years with different percentages. So let's write it after 2 years that the apartment got decreased as 673,200. Right, this amount again getting decreased by X percentage. Now you need to find out X percentage. We know that whenever we get to find X percentage, we have to subtract the two values. Original value minus new value, or either new value minus original value. So we've been given here after 3 years. After the third years, this is the value. This is 698,445. So let's write it. This one is 698,000. This is greater value. Therefore, new value minus original value. Original means now in this case, this is third year. The third year, the original becomes this one. Their original. For the third year, their original becomes this amount. Original value over original amount into 100. So always here when getting the percentage, we need to get the difference. So new value, which is after the third year, we are getting 698,445 minus originally we had this one after 2 years, then 673,200 over original value, which was this one at the end of the second year. This was the value. Then 673 1200 into 100. Now use the calculator and get the answer. Let's see how much we are getting for the as the percentage. So here 698,444 minus 673,200 over 673,200 into 100. It gives out 15 over 4, which means 3.75. So the answer is 3.75%. It gets decreased. Question 14. Ricardo is going to play one game of badminton and one game of tennis. He can either win or lose each game. The probability that he will win the game of badminton is 0.7. The probability that he will win the game of tennis is 0.4. Complete the probability tree diagram. Here, now we need to get the badminton, this tree, this branch that represents badminton. Then let's get for winning. The probability that he will win the game of badminton is 0.7. This is 0.7. And then once we add the two branches, they add up to 1. Then if this is 0.7, 1 minus 0.7 equals 0.3. Therefore, this would be 0.3. Next one, the probability that he will win the game of tennis 0.4. Then this one will be 0.6 as they add up to 1. This one again 0.4, 0.6. So that's how we complete this one. Once we add the two branches, they add up to 1. Work out the probability that Ricardo loses both games. So loses both game is this one and this one. Whenever we are getting the probability at each end of the branch, we have to multiply them. In this case, you are getting at the end of this one, then it is 0.3 into 0.6. Then this one 0.3 into 0.6. There are no any other branches that we are getting lose, lose. This case lose, lose. This is lose, win. So we need to work out the probability that Ricardo loses both games. Therefore, the answer comes as 0.18. Question 15, thirds. Root 3 to the power of 5 is equal to k times root 3, where k is an integer. Integers are the whole numbers, negative, positive, and 0 also included. So all the whole numbers, negative, positive, as well as 0. So find the value of k. If you try to apply the calculator will give the answer as a decimal 1. So you should know how to use the calculator as well. The first step, you got to split this up. So let's write this one as root 3 into root 3 into root 3 into root 3 into root 3. You have to multiply root 3 by itself 5 times. After that, I know that root 3 into root 3, which is 3. Again, root 3 into 3, 3. And here root 3. Then we got to multiply this. 3 into 3, 9, 9 root 3. You can use the calculator if you are not sure. Individually apply like this. Root 3 multiply, root 3 multiply likewise. If you are trying to use as it is into the calculator will give you a decimal 1, which is not the in this paper you are asked to get k as an integer. So what is k then? K equals, how much is k here? K should be, k equals, here this is now k root 3, therefore k equals 9. Part B, under rationalizing. Wherever we see this format and this is the sum, then understand you got to rationalize the denominator. So let's do it. 21 over 3 minus root 2. So I need to keep this sum according to this format. Then it is rationalizing. When rationalizing the denominator, you need to get the opposite of, if it is a subtraction, you need to make it addition. If it is addition, you need to make it subtraction. Always we get the opposite sign in between this one. Then it is root 3 plus root 2. To make it an equivalent fraction, we multiply both numerator and denominator by the same fraction. Let's multiply. Just keep this one. At the very last step, you got to multiply it out. Until then, keep it out of the brackets. 3 plus root 2. I'll explain why I'm keeping in this way. Let's multiply these two. 3 into 3, 9. So you can use the calculator straight away to get the answer, but not this one. So apply the values and get the use the values into the calculator and get the answer. 3 into 3, 9. Root 2 into root 2, it is minus 2, which becomes as 21. 3 plus root 2 over 7. Now you can see why I didn't multiply. This happens most of the time. We can cancel out this one and this one. Now check out the format. Now you can't have anything out of bracket. You need to multiply them out. Let's multiply them out. 3 into 3, 9. Here I'm getting 3 root 2. So we are not done yet, because here you have to have just root. I'm getting an extra one here out of root as third as well. Then I need to put inside. So I know that if I'm having root 9, the answer is 3. So if I'm putting back 3 again into the third, okay, if I want to put back this one, then I need to put it as 9. Therefore, the answer would be here the 9 plus root. I'm putting this one into the third sign, 9 into 2, which becomes as 9 plus root 18. Question 16, functions. F of x equals 9 minus root x, where x is greater than or equals 0. G of x equals 4x squared. Part A, find f of 9. So wherever you get f of x, you need to replace all the x's with 9. So let's get f of x equals 9 minus root x. Then to get f of 9, we have to replace all the x's in this function with 9. So 9 minus 3, because root 9 is 3, the answer comes as 6. Part B, solve the equation f of g of x is smaller than 0. So let's write them. F of x equals 9 minus root x. G of x equals 4x squared. So we know that we've been given these two functions. So this is composite function f of g of x smaller than 0. Whenever a composite function is given, you need to get the start from this side. Means this is g of x to be done first, then f of g of x to be done afterwards. So let's get g of x. It is straightforward. G of x is given here. G of x equals 4x squared. Next, what should we do? F of g of x. So wherever you have x in f of x, to be replaced with g of x. So in the other sense, rather than writing f of g of x, let's write in this way, f of 4x squared. Because g of x means 4x squared. So I'm replacing g of x with 4x squared. After that, I know that f of x is 9 minus root x. Then I can write 9 minus root x. We do not write x. We got to replace all the x's in f of x with 4x squared. Right? Now simplify 9. The root 4 means 2. X squared means x. Now we have to get this. We have to solve this inequality. 9 minus 2x is smaller than 0. Then 9 in this side, I'm sending this 2x to this side. So 2x is greater than 9. I need to get x. So x is greater than 9 over 2. Question 17, frequency density. The histogram shows information about the times in minutes that some people were in a shop. Work out an estimate for the proportion of these people who were in the shop for more than 40 minutes. To get the proportion of these people who were in the shop for more than 40 minutes, you need to get the frequency for more than 40 minutes over the total frequency. So let's get the frequency density formula. Frequency density equals frequency over class width. Frequency density equals frequency over class width. Therefore, frequency equals frequency density into class width. So let's move on to the each bar and get its frequency. In this case, frequency, I can get it, the frequency density here 2.5. So 2.5 multiplied by the class width 10 minus 0, 10. Frequency for the first group is 25. There are 25 people in between 0 to 10 minutes. Let's get the frequency for this bar. Frequency density, which is 4 into class width is here 15. 15 minus 10, which is 5. So the frequency for this period is 20. For this one, frequency equals frequency density, which is 3.6. 3.6 into class width 30 minus 15. 30 minus 15, we are getting 15, which equals 54. Here the frequency density is 0.5. 0.5 into class width becomes 20, which becomes 10. Here the frequency density is to 1.67, 1.7 into 10. The class width is 10. Therefore, the frequency is 17. Now we can get the total frequency. Let's get the total frequency. How to get the total frequency? We have to add these frequencies together. So let's get the total frequency. Total frequency equals, first one we got 25 plus second one 20 plus 54 plus 10 plus 70. Let's get the total people who spent in that shop. 25 plus 20 plus 54 plus 10 plus 17. 126 people spent in the shop. Right. Now let's get the people who spent more than 40 minutes. People who spent more than 40 minutes, we have to draw a bar from here. This is more than, this region represents more than 40 minutes. This part represents more than 40 minutes. Then we need to get the frequency for this one. So let's get the people who spent more than 40 minutes. So here the frequency becomes altogether 10. This is half of it. Then 5 plus 17, 5 plus 17, which is 22. Then if we write it as a proportion, we have to write 22 over 126. Once you simplify, you are getting 11 over 63. This is the proportion of these people who were in the shop for more than 40 minutes. Question 18, proportion. Y is inversely proportional to x cubed. This is inverse proportion, inversely proportional to x cubed. Y equals 4, x equals when x equals 3, work out x when y equals 864. The very first step is form the formula. So for that, y equals k over x cube. If it is inverse, always k over. If it is direct, straight away, k times. We've been given y equals 4, x equals 3, then 3 cubed, then k equals 4 into 27, because 3 cubed means 27, which becomes k equals 108. Now let's write the formula replacing the value of k, 108 over x cubed. Now we have to get the value of x. Let's get the value of x when y equals 864. So y equals k 108 over x cube. Y is given as 864. 108 over x cube. Then x cube, we are cross multiplying and sending the 864 to the other side. 864 divided by x, I gotta get the cube root of 108 over 864. So let's use the calculator and check what the value is. This is cube root. (108) over 864, which becomes half. So the answer comes as half. Question 19, under transformation of curves. The equation of a curve is y equals f of x. So this is the original one. Original equation is f of x. There is only one minimum point on the curve. The coordinate of this minimum point are 8, minus 12. Write down the coordinates of the minimum point on the curve with the equation y equals f of x plus 3. The first thing is you got to understand what this transformation is. So f of x is the original one, the curve original one plus 3, which means this is out of bracket. If there is addition or subtraction, it is translation. And this addition is out of bracket. It means now this is f of x. If you notice that this change been taken inside brackets like this, it is still translation, but it is on x-axis. So the curve will move horizontally. If it is out of bracket, the curve will move vertically. In this case, this is out of bracket. Therefore, the curve will move vertically upwards. The column vector that curve has to move is 0, 3. Then y coordinate gets changed by 3 units upwards, which means y coordinate, for the y coordinate, you have to add 3. Then x coordinate stays same because this is outside bracket. For the y coordinate, it is minus 12. I need to increase it by 3 units. Then it is minus 9. Then the new coordinate becomes 8, minus 9. Part 2, y equals f of 2x. So wherever you see multiplication, it is stretch. This is inside bracket. Therefore, the curve gets stretched in the horizontal axis. So if it is x-axis, x coordinate gets changed, we always apply the transformation or the always apply the scale factor opposite way. If it is 2x, the scale factor would be half. Then all the x coordinate to be multiplied by half. Always remember, for the x coordinates we need to apply opposite. If it is multiplication, you have to divide. If it is addition, you have to subtract. That's the thing for the x coordinate. How do you recognize whether x coordinate gets changed or y coordinate gets changed? Look at the transformation equation. If it is inside bracket, yes, x coordinate. If it is outside bracket, it is y coordinate. So let's multiply the x coordinate by half. Then 8 into half, which becomes 4. So the new coordinate is x coordinate 4, y coordinate, it stays same, which is minus 12, because the change's been taken inside bracket. Question 20 under trigonometry. So in this question, work out the length of BC. Give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So this is the length that we gotta get. This is the length we gotta get. How do we get it? I know that BCD is a triangle. So we've been given this angle and this one. So if we can find out what this length is, I can apply sine rule to get BC. See, then these two sides would be opposite lengths of these two angles. So my goal is to get what BD is. How to get BD? Since this side and this angle and this side, all three are given, I can use cosine rule. So let's apply cosine rule to get BD. Then that BD can use to get what BC is using the sine rule. Right. Let's get what BD is first. Then I'm writing BD equals 9.4 squared plus 12.8 squared minus 2 into 9.4 into 12.8 into cos 72. So this is the cosine rule. Once we get this cosine rule, we can get what BD is. Let's get what BD is using the calculator. So root of 9.4 squared plus 12.8 squared minus 2 into 9.4 times 12.8 times cos 72 equals 13.335. So it is 13.335. Now we are done with BD. Since we have BD, straight away we can use the sine rule to get what BC is. Let's apply sine rule. So I'm starting off with BC. Then BC over sine 39 equals BD over sine 54. So BD what we got here, therefore BC equals BD is 13.335 over sine 54 into sine 39. Let's use the calculator straight away. 13.335 over sine 54 into sine 39. How much is it? It is 10.373. 10.373. Since we need to leave our answer to the third significant figure, I have to finalize 10.4. Question 21, probability. A box contains 20 counters. 9 of the counters are red, 7 of the counters are yellow, 4 of the counters are green. Alex takes at random 3 counters from the box. Work out the probability that exactly 2 of the 3 counters are the same color. How do we do this question? This is under probability. So let's write the specific probability of these. 9 of the counters are red. So I know that we have 20 counters. 9 of the counters are red. 7 of the counters are yellow. 4 of the counters are green. So let's write the probability of each color. Then probability of red becomes 9 over 20. Probability of yellow becomes 7 over 20. Probability of green becomes 4 over 20. So Alex takes at random 3 counters from the box. Work out the probability that exactly 2 of the 3 counters, 2 of the 3 counters are the same color. So 2 of the 3 counters should be same color. Let's see the possibilities that we can get. So I can have, if I'm considering red twice, so red, red, not red. And in this case, I can jumble this one in this way as well. Red, not red, red. And not red, red, red. So these are the 3 possibilities when considering red. Same way when considering yellow. Let's see how to get yellow. So probability of yellow, yellow, not yellow. And I can mix this as well. Yellow, not yellow, yellow again. Next one is not yellow, yellow, yellow. The other one is green, probability of green, green, not green, and probability of green, not green, green, probability of not green, green, green. These are the 3 possibilities, the 9 possibilities that we can get. 2 of the 3 counters are the same color. So let's get the possibilities of probability of possibilities of red first. So I have to write the probability of red, the first one, it is 9 over 20. When I'm picking it second time, there would be only 8 red counters. Therefore, it would be 8 and total would be decreased all the way to 19. Then not red, there would be how many not reds? There would be 11 because 7 plus 4, 11, 11 over 18. And since I'm getting such 3 sets, I got to multiply this one by 3. Right, I'm done with 3 red. Now let's move on to y. What about y? What's the probability of y? The probability, if I'm picking a yellow one, the probability would be 7 over 20. So when I'm moving on to the second time, there would be only 6 yellow counters and the total would be 19. And not yellow, how many not yellow counters? There would be 9, 13 not yellow counters. So 13 over 18. And still I'm getting 3 such sets. Plus, let's move on to the green one. Green, there 4 over 20. Second turn, 3 over 19. Not green. How many not greens are there? There are 16 not greens. Then 16 over 18. And I'm getting such three counters. So let's simplify this one using the calculator. So I get 9 into 8 into 11 into 3 over 20 into 19 into 18 plus. So next, let's move on to the yellow set. 7 over 20, 7 into 6 into 13 into 3, because we are having such three sets. 20 into 19 into 18 plus green set 4 into 3 into 16 into 3, because we are getting again 3 such sets. 20 into 19 into 18 equals 51 over 76. So the answer would be 51 over 76. You are getting 3 marks for this one. 51 over 76. Question 22. Simultaneous equations of linear and nonlinear. Solve the simultaneous equations. X squared plus 3y plus y squared equals 7. Y equals x plus 2. When solving out linear and nonlinear simultaneous equation, the first step, let's label the two equation, equation 1, equation 2. After that, go to the nonlinear equation, which is where there are no powers in the equation. There are no powers of the letters in the equation. In this case, nonlinear equation is the second equation. So come to the second equation and you get a subject a letter, isolate a letter. In this case, it's already been done. So we don't want to worry about subjecting a letter. In this case, it's already been done. After that, we got to substitute this y into the first equation. So let's do that thing. Wherever I get y, I got to write x plus 2 there. I got to replace y with everything here, x plus 2. So I'm going to substitute x squared plus 3y, which means y instead of y, I got to write x plus 2 plus y squared this time. So y is x plus 2. Y should be squared. Therefore, the whole thing to be squared equals 7. Then x squared, let's expand this one. 3x plus 6. Now I got to expand this one as well. X plus 2, the whole thing squared means x plus 2 times x plus 2 equals 7. Simplify x squared plus 3x plus 6. Here x into x. I got to multiply these two. Then x squared. After that x into 2, which is 2x. Here 2 into x, 2x again. And finally 2 into 2, which is 4, equals 7. Let's simplify furthermore. X squared plus 3x. I'm collecting like terms. So let's collect the like terms. X squared plus x squared plus 3x plus here 2x, 2x, 4x plus 6 plus 4. I'm sending this 7 to this side. Minus 7 equals 0. X squared plus x squared. I'm getting here 2x squared. 3x plus 4x, 7x. x plus 4, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 minus 7 plus 3 equals 0. Now I can factorize this one. I'm using the calculator. It is easy. Mod 5, 1. So input the values. 2 equals 7 equals 3 equals wait a second. Mod 5, 3. So 2 equals 7 equals 3 equals x equals minus half. So the calculator is giving the answers like this. X equals minus half and x equals minus 3. Calculator gave me these two answers. So I get to write here them as factors. So let's write them as factors. This 2 to be brought in front of x, which means make it the coefficient of x. Then it becomes 2x. Send this 1 to this side, then it becomes plus. Basically, when you are getting negative, make it positive. If you are getting positive, make it negative. And when you are having denominator, write it in front of the x. Then this case, x plus 3 equals 0. Then our answers should be x equals minus half, x equals minus 3. So I'm done with the values of x's. Now let's move on to the value of y. So I have to get the values of y. To get values of y, let's find the easiest equation is the second equation, which is y equals x plus 2. So let's write this one, y equals x plus 2. So now we need to, when x equals half, we have to get what y is. So when x equals half, I'm substituting instead of x minus half plus 2. Then y would be, it is 4, 3 over 2. Right, now again, when x equals minus 3, I have to get what y is. Let's get this time y would be x. Instead of x, I get to write minus 3 there. So minus 3 plus 2, which becomes y equals minus 1. Then our answers, you have to write the answers in this way. Minus half, comma, 3 over 2. Minus 3, comma, minus 1. These are the two answers. You get 5 marks for this one. Question 23, vectors. OAB is a straight line. Very important in vectors when it is given as a straight line. P is the midpoint of OA. Q is a point on OB. ABR and PQR are straight lines. OA equals 12A, OB equals 8B, part A, express AB in terms of A and B. First, label the vectors that we've been given here with the arrows. So, I've been given OA, remember O to A, then I have to maintain the direction to this way. O to A, 12A, O to B, again to this side, which is 8B. Now we have these two vectors and we need to get AB. This is 12A and this is 8B. AB equals, remember in vectors, if you are getting vector, when writing the vector path, you have to maintain the order. Order matters. So you got to start off with A, then I'm writing AO. Once you end at O, you get to start again with the same letter OB. And check out A and B, finally you are getting. So AO, I'm moving along this way, but originally I have been given the vector to this way. So order matters. Therefore, this one becomes minus 12A. OB, I'm coming to this side, then it is OK. Therefore, it is 8b. The answer becomes as minus 12a plus 8b. So 1 mark for that. After that, we've been given vector ratio. This is so important and everyone doesn't like this one. AB's to BR 1's to 2. Label this one. First we'll label it. AB's to BR 1's to 2. AB to BR 1's to 2. And OQ equals NB. OQ equals NB. Use a vector method to find the value of n. So value of n means here n OQ equals n times b means we know that OB equals 8b, then OQ is n times b means this is the ratio. So we need to get what the ratio of OQ. Actually, that's a question. OQ. Instead of giving that one, this time the question has come as you've been given a letter for the ratio. It is n. Rather than asking that find the ratio of OQ, it is not the question. Ratio's been given with a letter. You are asked to get what the value of this letter. When we are getting the ratios of vectors, you have to apply this method. So always write this. Now this is OQ. Then start off with OQ. I'm writing the given one first. OQ is equal to n times b. Let's say that this is not given. Still you are asked find OQ to, what is the other length? OQ to QB. OQ to QB. Then still you have to find a letter for this one. Normally we apply lambda for this one. So in this case, straight away, instead of rather than lambda, you've been given here n. That's the difference of this question. So we have this one now. Now, when we need to get the ratios of vectors, let's say now this is the OQ. Try to find two ways for OQ. We are using two methods to get OQ. The first one is OQ equals n times or lambda times whatever the full length. Now in this case, it is b n times b. We know that this has to be a multiple of b. So we need to find out another method for OQ. So let's see whether there is another method to get OQ. So I have to get OQ. So I'm coming in this way. OP-PQ. So let's come in that way. OP-PQ. OP plus PQ. Now OP. Can we get OP? We've been given any ratios for OP? No, we don't have what OP is. No, we've been given here P is the midpoint of OA. Then we know that this is half. Then OP becomes 12A divided by 2, which becomes 6A plus PQ. PQ, we don't know what PQ is. This is PQ. There is no way that we can get PQ. Here, if we come this way, PO, OQ, OQ, we don't know. That's the thing what we've got. If we are coming this way, PA, AB, BQ, again, we don't know what this is. Therefore, I'm introducing a letter here as lambda. Then I can write PQ equals, I'm writing it here, PQ equals, let's get it here, then it is easy. PQ equals lambda times PR. So now we need to get what PR is. How to get PR? PR equals, PR is this one, PR equals PA plus AR. So now we need to get AR. AR can be taken as AB plus BR. AB plus BR. We got earlier what AB is. AB is this one minus 12A. AB equals minus 12A plus 8B plus BR. Now I know that, sorry, not this thing, right, AB. We have AB. Let's straight away write what AR is. AR equals AB. We know that AB is minus 12A plus 8B. BR, we've been given here that BR is 2 times AB, right? This is 1 to 2. So BR equals 2 times AB. Therefore, I'm multiplying 2 times minus 12A plus 8B. Now let's simplify this one. Minus 12A plus 8B minus 24A plus 16B. So minus 12A minus 24A minus 36A plus 8B plus 16B plus 24B. Right, we have AR now. Then we can get what PR is. So let's get what PR here. PR equals PA, which is 6A plus AR. So AR, we got it here. AR is minus 36A plus 24B. Then PR comes as 6A minus 36A minus 24A plus 24B. Oh, is it correct? It's not correct. Here PR 6A minus 36A 30A plus 24B. Now we are done with PR. Then we need to get, we have PR, then we have to get PQ. So how do we get PQ? PQ equals PA plus PQ equals we got what PQ as. PQ equals lambda times PR. Then I have what PR here, lambda times PR I got as minus 30A plus 24B, which means minus 30 lambda A plus 24 lambda B. So let's bring this PQ here to get OQ, which means minus 30 lambda A plus 24B, lambda B. Then I'm getting here, I'm factorizing A, then I have to write 6 minus 30 lambda. I'm factorizing A, 24 lambda B. I'm factorizing A here since I need to match the coefficients so as to make it easier my path. Now I got OQ using, we have OQ in 2 ways. This is the first one. This is the second one. Both are OQs. Therefore, I can equate them together. Since this is OQ, this is also OQ, then we can equate them together. Then I'm writing in this way, NB equals 6 minus 30 lambda times A plus 24 lambda B. After that, let's take this one to the next page because the space is not enough for you to see. Right. Now, this is what we got. Now, next, I'm equating the coefficients. So, I'm first equating what the coefficients of A. In this side, we don't have any A's, therefore, no coefficient, which means 0. Here in this side, the coefficient of A becomes 6 minus 30 lambda. Using this one, I can write 30 lambda equals 6, then lambda equals 6 over 30, which becomes 1 over 5. So lambda equals 1 over 5. Now we can get what NB is. Let's match the coefficients of B. In this case, I'm getting N. N equals 24 lambda B. Now I got what lambda is, then straight away substitute what lambda is, 1 over 5. We do not write B because we are matching the coefficient, which becomes 24 over 5. Then N equals 24 over 5, which is 4.8. So remember, when we are getting the ratios of the vectors, always you have to find out whatever the ratio that you've been taken in using two ways. This is the first one. It is given in the question OQ equals N times B. If it is not given, if you are asked find the ratio of OQs to Q something, then you have to get OQ equals lambda times B. Again, you need to find out another way that you can get OQ. Then we match the OQs together. And after that, we compare the coefficients. That's how we do the ratio question. Question 24, sequences. An arithmetic series has 30 terms. 30 terms. The first term is A. The common difference is D. The 20th term is 123. The sum of the 30th term is 2880. Work out the value of A and value of D. Show clear algebraic working. In sequences, an arithmetic series has 30 terms. There are two types of sequences question. You are getting the equation related to term or sum. So these are the two types. Then Tn equals A plus n minus 1 times D for the term. T stands for term. So term, let's say 10th term, then T10. Sn stands for sum. S stands for sum. 2A plus n minus 1 times D. So these are the two types that you get for the questions. The 20th term is 20th term. 20th term is 123. The sum of the 30 term is sum of the 30 term is 2880. Let's form two equations using these two. Then I'm writing here T20 equals A, which is the first term, I don't know, N 20 minus 1 into D, we don't know. This one's given, T20 is given as 123, A plus 19D. This is equation 1. Next one, S30 is 2880. Then 2880 equals to n over 2, which is 30 over 2, 2a plus 29d. Now, 2880, I'm sending this one to this side. Then this is 15 divided by 15 equals 2a plus 29d. Once we divide this to 2880 divided by 15 equals 192. So 192 equals 2a plus 29d, second equation. Now we have to solve simultaneous equations. When solving out simultaneous equations, so this is the second one, this is the first one, 123 equals a plus 19d. Can we write this one? Now can you see here, this is a, therefore I'm multiplying this first equation by 2, then 246 equals to a plus 38d, equation 3. So I'm subtracting third equation, subtract the second equation, then I'm getting 246 minus 192, 2a minus 2a plus 38d minus 29d. Then once we subtract these two, we are getting 54 here equals this one cancelled out. This is 9d, then d equals 6. So d equals 6, let's substitute to the first equation. Then 123 equals a plus 19 times 6. A becomes, let's get the calculator, 19 into 6 becomes 114. Then 123 minus 114, a equals 9. So we are getting the answers. A equals 9, D equals 6. Question 25, last question of the paper. PQRS is a square. PR is the diagonal of the square. P is the point with coordinates 4, 7. R is the point with coordinates 8, minus 5. Find an equation of the straight line passes through point Q and S. Give your answer in the form of AY equals BX plus C. PQR is a square. Let's draw a square. RS is a square. PQRS. And the coordinate of P is given as 4, 7. Coordinate of R is given as 8, minus 5. And we have to form the equation of Q and S. There are some properties of this square. You should know them. So let's join this one and join this one. They cross at 90 degrees. So as soon as we get 90 degrees one, we have that M1, M2 condition. What is M1, M2? The product of the two gradients or the multiplication of the two gradients of the perpendicular lines, they are equal to -1. So if you can get one gradient, you can get the other gradient. Now our goal is getting the equation of QS. So to get the equation of QS equation, we know that y equals mx plus c. It is the standard type of any straight line. Then y equals mx plus c. Then we have to have the gradient. We have to have the y-intercept. So I have to figure out a coordinate where QS passes through, and I need to get the gradient as well. We know that this point is the midpoint of PR and QS. This is midpoint. Then let's label this point as M, and I have to get the coordinate at M. To get the coordinate at M, so to get x coordinate, x1 plus x2 divide by 2, midpoint coordinate. How to get y? y1 plus y2 divide by 2 to get the midpoint coordinate. Substitute the coordinates. Let's substitute x1, which is 4 plus 8 divide by 2, which becomes as 8 plus 4, 12. 12 divided by 2, 6. Y becomes 7 minus 5, because this is plus minus 5. Then divide by 2, which becomes 7 minus 5, 2. 2 divided by 2, 1. Then midpoint coordinate, I got it as 6, 1. So I have coordinate now. Now let's get the gradient. Let's get the gradient of PR, which is M1. Then I know that gradient y difference over x difference. So y difference, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Then let's substitute the values into this one. When we substitute the values into this one, y2 becomes -5 minus 7 over 8 minus 4, which becomes as -5 minus 7 minus 12, 8 minus 4, 4, which is -3. Then let's get the gradient by substituting values into M1 into M2 equals -1, because they are perpendicular. That's a property of a square. Their diagonals cross at 90 degrees. When you see straight lines cross at 90 degrees, please apply M1, M2 condition, which means the product of the gradients equal -1. So M1 I got at -3 into M2 equals -1. Then right, we have the gradient and we have a point now. Let's form the equation of the straight line. When forming the equation of the straight line, y equals mx plus c. Now that gradient becomes as 1 over 3x plus c. To get the c, y-intercept, let's substitute this coordinate. 1 equals 1 over 3 times 6 plus c. 3 times 1, 3 times 2. C equals 1 minus 2, which becomes as -1. Finally, I am getting the equation y equals 1 over 3x minus 1. So that's a particular way that we gotta keep the equation ay, which means a, b, c are integers. We need to get rid of the fractions. So I'm multiplying the whole equation by 3, then I can get rid of the denominator. So it becomes 3y equals here x minus 3. This is the equation of the format. Yes.